Hi, welcome to my video on Rituximab, also known as Rituxan. So for those who don't know, Rituximab is a medication that is used to treat, as well as other things, some autoimmune diseases. So I have dermatomyositis and I have been receiving Rituximab since last year. So I had one last June, one at Christmas, and now this is my third round. So it's kind of like chemo. I know that some people do call it chemo. I've seen on some people's stories and stuff, but it's up there with chemo, and it's delivered like chemo. So you go to the hospital and it is delivered through a drip, through IV, and you're there all day to get it done. So what it does is it acts by depleting normal and pathogenic B cells while sparing other cells. I mean, I don't really know too much of the science behind it, but I just know that, you know, I get this to help manage my dermatomyositis. Now I have to say that so far I have seen big improvements since taking Rituximab. So if you're due to have it, please take some comfort from that. I know everyone's different, but I have definitely seen big improvements. It can take up to 12 weeks to really have an effect, but for me it definitely helped with the muscle pain and some weakness. And I know that because sometimes when it's due to run out, I feel it again. I feel that horrible yucky feeling when your muscles just feel really weak. So for me, that has been helping. Also, because I have interstitial lung disease, my latest CT scan has shown some stability. So, you know, the lung disease isn't progressing as much as what it was. So this is not just down to Rituximab, it's also because I get tacrolimus as well. So I'm on 6 milligrams of tacrolimus a day. This is another medication used to suppress your immune system. So I get Rituximab infusions, I take tacrolimus, also known as Prograf, and I am currently on 10 milligrams of steroids, prednisolone. So I'm due to reduce those in August to 7.5, which I understand is not going to be fun. But today I just really want to talk about Rituximab. So it's really just to help if you're going to be getting Rituximab, just to kind of show you what happens. I'm going to run through how I prepare for it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to record while I'm in there getting it done, but I'll definitely record, you know, on the way and afterwards, and then I'll do some updates, you know, every few days to show how I'm feeling, and then again when I get my second infusion, just to kind of let you see how it impacts on me. You know, everyone will be different, but just if there's any kind of side effects, just to let you see what they are, maybe what to look out for. But hopefully by just showing you what I do to prepare as well, you might feel a wee bit more prepared when you go for your treatment. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about, and I hope you enjoy it. So it's the night before treatment, and before I settle down for the night, I have dinner and stuff. I'm just going to show you what I'm packing for tomorrow. So I'm going to take this little bag. Basically this is just a little cool bag, so in it I already got 2 Atkins bars because I'm doing keto, so I need to have snacks there that I can eat, and some Brazil nuts. This has its own little cutlery, and then in the morning, in this wee bag here, this is like some meds that I might need. And in the morning I'll also put a little jar of almond milk with some sweetener in it so that I can have the tea on offer. Because who doesn't love a cup of tea at the hospital? And then I've got my book that I'm reading at the minute. I've also got my Nintendo Switch, because if I get bored reading, I can just play a wee little game of Animal Crossing. And I've also got a notepad and pen in case any ideas come to me, whether it be for the PhD or just anything in general, then I can just jot them down. I'm also taking a fan because you just never know what the temperature is going to be like in the hospital, and it is, you know, we're in the middle of a heat wave. Again, for temperature control, I'm taking a scarf, because sometimes you just never know how you're going to feel. Sometimes you can get freezing cold, so just even putting a scarf around your neck or around your shoulders can help you feel warmer. And also, what I found as well, because you're sitting on that seat all day, it can get quite sweaty because it's either leather or it's got that plastic coating over it, you know, just for hygiene and stuff. So sometimes it can get a bit sweaty sitting there and your legs can stick to the chair, so I'm going to use this, put the scarf down if I need to, because the weather is supposed to be scorching. For that reason, I'm also undecided if I'm going to wear shorts and a t-shirt or a long caftan, because then that might counteract the sweaty chair. So these are all also my meds that I'll need in the afternoon. I'll take them in the morning, but again, my afternoon meds. I've also to withhold taking my tacrolimus in the morning because I'm getting bloods checked for my tacrolimus levels. So I'll have to take those after I've had my blood checks done. A wee packet of wipes and a wee packet of hankies, because, you know, come in handy. This is just my little bag that went with my purse and like my car keys and stuff. And masks, because you need plenty of masks. And I'm taking my own hand sanitizer, just so that anytime I go to the loo or touch anything, I'm feeling safe that I've got my own sanitizer there. So yeah, in the morning I just need to add the almond milk to this bag and the big bottle of water, my big water container that I've got in the fridge, so that it'll be nice and cool when I get to the hospital. So yeah, that's my prep for the night before. So I'm also a list person, so I'm going to show you the list that I've written down for the morning. It's just it just helps me feel like I'm organised, that I don't have to stress about anything, that I'm going to forget stuff in the morning. It's just all in a list and I can just tick it off and feel secure in the knowledge that everything's done that needs to be done, and I can leave for the hospital and yeah, feel content. So treatment day, some things are just like goes without saying, but it just makes me feel better having them written down. So the first thing I do is establish, right, what time do I want to be leaving the house to get there. So I'm going to leave the house at 8:40 because it only takes 5 minutes really to get to the hospital, but you know, I like to account for traffic, seeing as it's early in the morning, so it could have like work rush hour and stuff. So I'm going to get up at 7 o'clock. I will probably get up earlier anyway because it is treatment day and there's always that thing in your mind that, you know, what if I sleep in? But I will set my alarms tonight. In fact, I'll set my alarms straight away after I make this video, and it's another thing off my mind. So I'm going to get up at 7. I'm going to weigh myself just because that's what I do every day anyway. I'm going to feed the cats. I'll let them outside for a little while because I'm going to be away all day and I'm not sure if my sons are going to be around to let them in and out, so I'll let them get a wee bit of fresh air in the morning until I get home, and I'll make sure that all their water fountains and stuff are topped up. Then I'll sweep everywhere and I'll open all the windows and the blinds, and then I may, this is optional, it depends how I feel in the morning, so I may have some tea and some keto toast. I used to always have tea and a cinnamon and raisin bagel before going for my treatment, but because I'm doing keto I can't have that this time, so I might just have a tea and a wee keto toast, or I might just have a tea. And then I need to remember and put my almond milk in the bag and also my big bottle of water. Then I'm going to get a shower, I'm going to get dressed, and I'm going to get things ready for when I get home. So I'm going to lay out my pyjamas I'm going to wear, I'm going to find my comfiest and coolest because it's still roasting. And then I'm going to leave the house at 8:40 to get there and parked for 9. And then when I get home, I'm going to water all the flowers and plants outside and the neighbours. And then I'm going to get into my jammies, I'm going to order a takeaway for dinner, and I'm going to put my feet up. So that's why I make sure that I sweep in the morning, so that I'm not coming back to any housework, everything's done, and I can just go to the hospital and get my treatment with no concerns. Just remembered, I'll also be packing this in my bag because sometimes the lights in the hospital can flare up my dermatomyositis and my eyes can get all bumpy and lumpy. So sometimes take a hat along, but it's really hot, so I'm just taking the visor instead of an actual full-on cap. So another thing to remember with the hospital lights if you have DM. So I've got my clothes ready for tomorrow. I've decided I'm going to go with some brightly coloured shorts just to take them on sunshine. A nice long t-shirt dress type thing. It's just so thin and so comfy, and my underwear all ready for tomorrow. But that's, I think, everything ready for tomorrow. Well, it's the morning of treatment. It's now, I think, 7 AM. I got up out of bed. I've already weighed myself. I've fed the cats, topped up the water, let them out the bag, and I've swept up and I've made myself some tea and toast. So I'm going to sit and have this and then get a shower. I'm feeling alright so far, but sometimes as it gets nearer to it, it's just knowing that you're going to just have all that stuff in your system. But it does help, but it makes you feel a bit rubbish to start with. It's all for the better, it's all for the good. But it looks like an absolutely gorgeous day. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. The sun is already shining and it's roasting already. So maybe I'll be glad to be sitting in the cold hospital. That's me all ready to go for treatment. So the sun is shining through. So I also went ahead and added another jotter and a book relating to my PhD, so I can do that at the hospital if I feel like I'm just sitting there wasting time. I've decided to go nice, added some colour just to be a bit cheery. So I've got my bright boots on, my bright cycling shorts and my bright earrings. So I'm taking lots of colour to be cheery. It's 10 to 9 and that's me just arrived at the hospital, and I've got my wee parking space. I've arrived in plenty of time. I might just sit here for a couple of minutes before going in, because I'm a wee bit early. See the reflection, that's me all masked up, ready to go in. This is day medicine for Valley Hospital. So what's going to happen is, when I get in, someone will come out and check my temperature because of COVID. So I was very lucky and got upgraded to a side room with a bed, so I get to lie down all day. They were really considerate and said because I'm going to be here all day, they offered me the bed, so even better. So currently this, I'm hooked up to the machine, and this is the prednisolone, and this will go through for half an hour. So I've already had blood taken and 10 milligrams of antihistamine, and I was given paracetamol and I've got a wee cup of tea, all my stuff ready. So feeling very relaxed and they're really looking up. I've also got a wee telly. The nurse just came in and moved my bed so that I could see it better. It's now 9:50 and that's me just got the Rituximab hooked up. So got here at 9, got my obs done, had my painkillers, my antihistamines and my steroids, and then that's me got the Rituximab starting. And because it's the first one this time round, I'll be here all day, which is fine. But they come round every half hour and check your blood pressure, your temperature, and then they up the rate of which the Rituximab goes in. I'm actually feeling really sleepy. Normally people have said, I've seen people have said this before, because of the antihistamine, it's never normally affected me, but I am actually feeling quite sleepy this time. So I don't know if it's because of maybe the weight loss. Sometimes, you know, when you're heavier, things don't affect you the same. I've found that with, like, you know, some of the light sedatives they give you for like colonoscopies and stuff, it always seems to be more effective when I'm slimmer. So yeah, feeling quite sleepy. So I was trying to play some Animal Crossing, but I'm just going to watch some telly. Although I think the machines are ready to start beeping again and they'll be back round to do my obs. I've just noticed how my veins look really strange. I've never noticed that before because I normally have trousers on when I get treatment, but yeah, this has just started appearing. Looks really strange. Weird. Also my legs are so hairy. One thing I love about coming in to get treatment is you meet different nurses and end up having really interesting conversations. So the past couple of times I've had a really interesting conversation about cats because I wore my cat jumper, but this time I've just had a really interesting conversation about autism, because the nurse asked me what I was doing this weekend. I said, oh, I'm bringing my daughter in for an MRI, and explained to her her last experience wasn't good and she's autistic and it really wasn't good. And she had said that her brother is autistic, and so I was telling her about my PhD research, and she was saying that, yeah, even like 20 odd years ago her mum had the exact same issues as the stuff that I'm finding in my research. So that's just crazy that the same mistakes are still being made. So I'm doing my research on supporting autistic pupils in school, but I'm speaking to the pupils, the parents and the staff, and seeing how people, you know, perceive their understandings of autism, and how this impacts on how people are supported. So yeah, that was an interesting conversation, and just really worrying that the same mistakes are still being made. So if you do want to go to the loo while you're getting treatment, you've got to cart this thing about with you, which is fine. You just unplug it from the wall and then they'll come and fix it if it keeps beeping. Always look forward to a hospital soup, but this time it's not lentil or vegetable, it's carrot, and I'm doing keto. 12 o'clock and my recent OBS have shown that my blood pressure's dropped a little bit, so she said it's nothing too much to worry about, just to drink some water and it should hopefully bring it up. It's now 1:05. I've just been up to go to the loo and definitely feeling a bit sweaty and a bit shaky, so I'm just going to lie back and watch a loose women. So sometimes a wee bit of blood will come down your drip, sometimes even a wee bit more than this, but it's perfectly fine. This has just happened because I got up and went to the loo, and it happened last time and they reassured me that everything's fine, everything's as it should be. So this is the OB chart that they come round and fill in every half hour. So it shows you how much they increase the infusion rate. And then there's this chart here. Doc, I knew I was feeling a bit sweaty. I've got a temperature of 38.5. I feel a bit shaky, so the nurses phoned the rheumatology department. They've gave me some paracetamol, but I have to keep the infusion off until they get more advice from rheumatology. Because my temperature spiked, they had to just do a COVID test, and it's my very first COVID test, and I've been dreading it all this time and there was nothing to it. The doctor's just been round to see me. They're going to give me more steroids and more antihistamines before they start up the treatment again. That was a bit unpleasant, so they've just injected me with more steroids and more antihistamine, but rather than doing the steroids on the drip, it was just straight through with the syringe. But instantly my head, my chest and between my legs got really itchy. I'm sorry, I just have to share what really happened, but it seems to have calmed, but it was horrible just for like a couple of minutes there. It's now 3:05 and I just received a text to say that my COVID test was negative, which feels a bit weird considering I'm in the hospital, but that's all good, it's negative. And I'm actually feeling a wee bit better. They've just started up the Rituximab again, but they're doing it a bit slower so that I hopefully don't react to it again. Well, it's now 10:04 and that's treatment just finished. My arm had reacted a wee bit to the dressing that kept the cannula in, but it's cooling down a bit now. But it's always nice to see my wee car. It's like home from home. So that's me heading home. Glad that it's over. Quite a long day, but you know, I was so lucky this time that I got a bed and I got a TV, and as always the nurses are always lovely, so it's good getting a wee chat with some of them as well. So I'm heading home. I'm going to have a nice cup of tea in the garden, I think, let the cats out if they haven't been let out. Sorry, my hand's shaking. I'm starting to feel a bit achy already, which I think happened a wee bit later last time. And for some reason I've just needed more steroids and more antihistamines this time. But it is absolutely melting. I'm going to keep drinking lots of water, so that try and avoid the headache that can sometimes come with it. But you know, so far everything's, can't complain. That's another treatment out the way. My next appointment, I'll be back here on the 30th of July for the second one. So they may have to do that a wee bit slower. Normally your second one goes faster, but they may have to do it a wee bit slower just because I took a reaction this time. So heading home. So end of treatment day. I'm having to talk a bit louder. I've got the fan on in my room. I'm finally in bed, and I'm not going to lie, it's definitely hit me different this time. I feel not great at all, but not, you know, not enough that it would put me off getting it. You know, it's the benefits far outweigh it, but I definitely just feel, I've been feeling really nauseous, really achy. Normally I think I get this anyway. That's why I like to journal this on my Instagram, because sometimes I can, you know, I can get a feeling and then I'll go back and check my Instagram stories and feed, and I'll be like, oh, this happened last time. So I do know from past experience that I end up getting, for some reason I really get really low backache. I'm pretty sure I got lung pain at some point as well, but the backache hit before I'd even got home, and it's just been getting worse, and I've just felt shaky and nauseous and not very nice. So I've had a bit of an upset stomach as well, which I don't understand, because it's not like I ate the stuff. But it could have been the carrot soup. But doing keto, you know, carrots are a kind of no-go, and there was lots of onions and stuff in there as well. But hopefully no sweet potato. But yeah, definitely feeling a bit rough. I've got to go out tomorrow, so I need to set an alarm, because I don't even need to leave the house until I think like 10 to 11. But you just don't know. I can't remember if I like sleep in loads the next day. It's strange because I feel really, really sleepy, but I've been given like double dose of steroids, steroids today, also double dose of an antihistamine, so maybe that's just going to balance itself out. But I definitely feel tired enough to sleep, so hopefully that's what will happen. But yeah, I'm going to set an alarm just to be on the safe side. So I'll just journal every couple of days. I'll just do a wee vlog, add to this vlog until second treatment's over, just so you get a full picture of what to kind of expect, and just hope it will be helpful in some way. So I'm off to sleep for now. So it's now Sunday. I had treatment on Friday. Been feeling not too bad. Definitely feel different, so I definitely know that you know, I feel that I've had the treatment. I've just been out. I normally go to the cinema on a Sunday, but I just felt like I just had to keep my energy today. So I've just been chilling at home. I had a long lie, came back to bed, watched some Marvel movies. Then I went outside for a wee while, just sat out in the garden because it's not too bright today, but it's still nice and warm. But my cheeks are just itchy so bad. They're like really warm and itchy, so I don't know if it's to do with the treatment. It could be because I was cuddling the cat, and so before getting ill I used to be fine cuddling the cat, and then after getting treatment I did start to notice that I was getting allergic to him. But I've been fine this past wee while again holding him. But yeah, that's interesting that I've had my treatment on Friday and I'm just itching like crazy after cuddling him for a wee bit there in the garden. So I don't know if it's to do with him or if it's to do with just the heat, but it's definitely linked to the treatment, because it's, you know, my face is on fire and I just feel a bit, I feel like, so I had some toast for breakfast. It's like keto toast because I'm doing keto, so it's like really low carb toast. I had that for breakfast, and then I had like an Atkins bar at lunchtime, but I just feel like which is not like me, but I feel like I just don't really have an appetite. So I've just come back to bed with a cup of tea and I'm just going to watch another wee movie in bed and my iPad. So yeah, definitely not feeling 100%, but you know, I'm feeling alright, but I'm just definitely taking it easy because I know that I need to leave the house tomorrow, and Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm just trying to rest when I can and not burn myself out, but feeling okay. So it's now the Monday after getting the treatment on the Friday, and I just want to log how I'm feeling. So I woke up this morning with a really sore head, and I've just bent down there to pick something up, and I just had a really strong, overwhelming feeling of nausea. So I'm hoping that that passes a bit. I've taken some painkillers for the headache, but hopefully it works. I've got to go and collect my new glasses, but I'm really not feeling too great. And this is ringing a bell from last time, and I don't like going in the car on my own after having treatment when I'm feeling like this, because what I've noticed in the past is that, you know, sometimes I feel like my heart rate is dropping a bit, and it can sometimes make me feel a bit like faint. So I'm going to see how I feel in a little while, and if I don't feel up to it, I'm not going to drive to get my new glasses. But hopefully this painkiller is going to kick in and I'm going to feel a bit better. I'll maybe try and have something to eat. But yep, just wanted to log that that's how I'm feeling today. Just back from collecting my new glasses, love them, but yeah, just want to log that my back is absolutely killing me. Now I do have my period, but I remember from last time I got really, really bad lower back pain after my Rituximab. It's a bit strange, but yeah, it definitely is familiar since last time. It's actually the worst back pain I've had in a long time. While I was out collecting my glasses, I also felt just really dodgy, even just standing waiting on my son getting his eyes tested. So I'm definitely going to be taking it easy today. It's now day 5 after Rituximab. It's just another day with a headache. So this is a little heated eye mask that I've had to come back to bed this morning just because I'm going out to get my daughters today and my head's just too sore. So I had to come back and lie down for 15 minutes with this. So basically you buy these in packs, and they're disposable ones, like they're not reusable. So once you open them, they heat up, and they sometimes just help with a wee headache. But I've taken painkillers, I've been taking my migraine tablets, and they've not been helping either. So this eye's fine, so I've just been kind of putting it on my eye and my head just to try and help ease this headache. Hopefully it goes away. So that little eye mask did help a bit actually, so I feel able to now go and get my daughters. It's just eased things up a bit. So these are the masks. So it's steam eye masks. You can get them in a packet of 10. You get more expensive ones, are like £6 just for one, but these are about 12, 15, can't remember, from Amazon. So 10 masks, but they are really good. Like, I feel able to face the day now. So I just thought I'd log again. I'm sitting in the car outside the shop. I've picked my daughters up, and on the way here I just had an overwhelming feeling I was going to have a panic attack. I haven't had this in a couple of years. I'm just really not feeling very well. I'm just really not feeling very well at all. And I don't want to hide, you know, the reality of how I'm feeling. Again, I don't want to put people off though, because, you know, I have got some like other things going on, like the headaches, which may or may not be related to the Rituximab, and I've also got the really menstrual issues at the minute, which is probably making me feel a bit weak. But my consultant just rang while I was sitting in the car to say that some of my bloods that I'd got taken before my Rituximab are showing, the tacrolimus levels are showing good, they're at the levels they should be at, but my liver levels are raised again and I'm shown as anemic. So I did take the chance to ask him, you know, that it could be, the anemia could be related to the menstrual issues, but that my GP had said, you know, just kind of assumed perimenopause. But asked him, which I'd been wanting to ask him, is it safe to just assume that it's perimenopause given the increased risk of cancer with dermatomyositis? And he said no, it's not safe to assume. So I'm hoping that he will arrange some bloods for that. But he is arranging for me to go in tomorrow to get more bloods done because he really wants to check my levels and stuff before I get the next rituximab. So he's really on the ball, he's really good, really feel looked after with this consultant. And I think he said he's also going to check for how my blood's clotting or something like that. He's going to do a test for that to see, you know, if I'm losing too much blood or something. So definitely not feeling 100% today. I feel like I just need to be in bed. Look at me feeling sorry for myself. But yeah, I definitely, and this isn't like me, I pretty much just get on with things, but I just don't feel right within myself. Definitely feel just shaky. I feel sick. I've got the headache. And you know, my daughter's just kind of said to me, why did you come and pick me up? Like, I was like, but because I don't want to miss out on her. Like, I get the both of them every Wednesday now and we go and chill out at mine, but I have, I think, been feeling a bit overwhelmed at the thought of, you know, the picking them up and the driving them back, just because I'm feeling so rubbish. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that as well because it's a reality and I don't want to gloss over, you know, the stuff, because that's the whole point of this video. It's just to show the reality. But again, bear in mind, this is reality for me. Everyone reacts differently. Hi, so it's now Friday, exactly a week after getting my treatment, and I'm feeling much better today. I'm still feeling, you know, it's nothing you can really put your finger on, you just feel a wee bit off. But, you know, like when you stand up, you feel a wee bit, just not quite yourself, but feeling much better. I've had 2 days from hell. Really was awful. I'm not one to exaggerate, and I pretty much get on with stuff, but I really struggled these past 2 days. Again, I don't want it to put people off because it might not solely be linked to the rituximab, but you know, I've just had the worst headache and it's lasted 2 days. It's pretty much made me fit for nothing. On Wednesday, I had to have my sister come around and take my daughters home because I just couldn't drive and I just had to go straight to bed. But I was just being sick all day. The headache would not shift no matter how much painkillers or how much migraine tablets I took, it just wouldn't shift. So it was pretty miserable. I was up in the shower, sitting in my shower chair for like an hour and a half trying to ease the pain in my head, but it just wasn't for working. So yesterday when I got up I was really shaky, still had the headache, and I was due to go in and get my bloods done. And somehow managed to get myself there, don't know how. I really shouldn't have because I really wasn't fit for driving, but I really wanted these bloods done. So I went in, got the bloods done. The nurse was quite concerned at how I was presenting, so she got someone else to come and check my blood pressure and stuff before she allowed me to leave the hospital to drive home, with instructions, you know, go and buy something sugary before you drive home. But for me, eating something sugary, because I'm doing keto, would have made me feel worse. So I just didn't, you know, I took the safest route home, didn't go on the motorway, went by my daughter's to drop something off, and then that way I thought if I feel really ill I can lie on her couch or something. But managed to get home. I was so glad to get home, and I just relaxed the rest of the day and night, and then that's why I'm feeling better. I think about 9 o'clock last night my headache actually shifted, so I always want to celebrate when that happens because these headaches are a murder. But this is my wee setup at the back here. So the fan is right there. I've just been lying in bed. I've got my wee desk bed tray. I've got everything I need there. My Walkman, my iPad, you know, my adapter so that I can charge up all my gadgets. But yeah, that's exactly where I've been parked for a couple of days just to feel better. And I'm going to try and get some fresh air today, but I'm not going to overdo it because I think it's not helping being out in the sun. Obviously with dermatomyositis, it's not good for you. But it's good for me in the other sense that I have, like, before getting the rituximab again, I was actually feeling the best I've ever felt in such a long time. So I think it has been good for me getting the vitamin D, but I really need to just not overdo it. Even though I sit under a shade in the garden, you know, I've got so much shade out there. I've got a handheld parasol and stuff as well, but I'm going to just be sensible. So I'll probably go out there for a little bit and then come back and lie in front of the fan and just keep taking it easy, because it's my birthday Monday and I've got plans with my daughters and I want to be fit for those plans. I don't want to be how I was on Wednesday when they were over. So that's the plan. So a week on, I'm feeling much better than I was the past 2 days, but still I can feel that I've had some treatment. But yeah, so today I think it's going to be a good day. So it's now Thursday, so it's nearly 2 weeks since I last had the treatment, so I'm due to go back in tomorrow and have the second dose. I've had on and off days, to be honest. Definitely felt like before the treatment I was feeling the best I've felt in a long time. But I've definitely had days where I've just, you know, that feeling when you just feel, you know, that you're not well. And I'd kind of it was nice to not have that feeling for the first time in a couple of years, but yeah, I mean, I definitely feel when I'm walking around, when I'm standing, that, you know, I'm just not well again. Although my bloods have started to be a bit abnormal, so like I said, it's difficult because I don't know if it's completely down to the rituximab or if it's just because I'm maybe not doing as great just now anyway, you know, I am anemic and stuff. So the consultant actually, I thought he'd booked me in for a scan of the abdomen because I've been having menstrual issues, but it's actually because I'm anemic. He's trying to find out why I'm anemic, and because my liver levels and stuff are raised. So I had a scan of my abdomen, and they did ask me when I was there if I'd had any issues with my kidneys in the past, so I don't know if they've spotted something, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, so those kind of things that are going on in the background could also be why I'm feeling a bit rubbish lately. So because it's tomorrow again, because I know what to expect, I think I've always found this, so this is my third lot of rituximab infusions, and always by the second one I feel a bit more like, oh, because I know what to expect. It was only like 2 weeks ago, so I know that I'm going to be feeling a bit rubbish again. But this time I'm going to be much more sensible and rest as much as possible. It's quite hard to do that, you know, like I'm sure you all know, when you're used to doing stuff, getting stuff done, it's hard to sit back and try and rest, because you might be feeling okay, and like for me, like I know the grass is going to need cut, I know there's like stuff around the front needing trimmed with weeds, and I'm going to be so tempted to go and do that, but I really need to be smart this time and just rest, because the thing I'm terrified of the most is the headache again. Like that headache last days and it is awful, so I really don't want the headache. I'm going to drink lots of water, I'm going to take my electrolytes and rest and take it easy. So I'll be back tomorrow with treatment day and see how that goes this time round. So it's the morning of the second rituximab infusion. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I've been up since about 5. I think I'm just keen just to get in there, get it done, and then that's it for another 6 months or maybe a year. I think they're thinking about spacing it out a bit more. So same as last time, bags packed. I've got all my stuff that I need, you know, the hand sanitizer, a book for my PhD, my Nintendo Switch, and my Walkman this time so I can listen to some music if I get tired again like last time with antihistamines. So I'm just going to chill out. I got some stuff done this morning so that I'm not coming back to do it, and I also made up some rolls to take in with me in case the soup or whatever's on offer I can't eat. So I'm pretty much, only thing I need to put in my bag is the water again, but that's me pretty much settled. The only thing is I've just been sick and I'm not sure where that came from. I don't feel nervous or anything, you know, I'm keen to just have it done, but I'm not sure why. My stomach just felt a bit acidic, so hopefully that's not going to be something later. I don't want any reactions, I don't want any complications, I just want to get in here, get the treatment done and come home. So that's 2:45 and that's me just finished with the second rituximab. Everything went fine today, no reactions, no temperature, it was all good. Didn't get a bed today, but I was quite happy to sit there. It dragged in towards the ends, but other than that it's went pretty fine. Just feel a wee bit shaky. I'm just going to go home, have a cup of tea and chill out for the rest of the day. But it all went well. It's now 5:30 and I've just woken up from a wee nap. So I came home, had a wee snack, had to lie down and yeah, dozed off. So that's what happened today after treatment. But otherwise, you know, I'm just feeling a bit groggy, but it's all good. It's the day after treatment, the second one, and I've got this going on. It's about 6 o'clock at night. I've taken it easy the whole day, learned my lesson from last time. Pretty much have just sat around the house. The most taxing thing I've done today is put together a cat tree, and it was just basically screwing it in, so it was easy. But I am noticing I'm feeling quite fine within myself. I think it was the right thing to do, just to rest. I've had a long lie. You know, I've been sitting in the garden, back in bed, just watching the Golden Girls. So yeah, just really, I'm struggling, I must admit, because I'm like wanting to get stuff done. I go for lunch with my mum on a Saturday, but I said no, not today. So I'm going to stay at home as much as possible and make sure that I'm rested. But like I said, it's hard because I just want to get stuff done. Like I don't feel ill enough to be resting, but I know that I'm not feeling ill because I am resting, so I'm going to just stick with it for a few days. But yeah, I can feel some heat in my, and it's cold, I've got the fan on, but I can feel some heat in my cheeks and they are a bit flushed. But that's about the worst of it today. No headache, everything's going good so far. So fingers crossed it stays that way. So this is now Tuesday after my second lot of Rituximab, and I thought today I was going to be sharing a video. I thought today I was going to be sharing that, you know, I'm feeling great, having the rest has really done me good, but I'm actually feeling really yucky today. Just that weak feeling. So over the weekend, pretty much did nothing. It drove me crazy in terms of boredom. But yesterday I organised my bedroom so that I could, like, I've reorganised it to make study space and stuff. And I took, you know, I give myself time to do it. Normally I'm like straight in, get stuff done, give myself time to do it. But by night time, I think I fell asleep by 9 o'clock. And then in the morning, like this morning, I didn't get out of bed till after 10. And that was just to go make some breakfast, come back to bed, eat breakfast in bed. And then I'm done a wash-in and I built a computer chair. Nothing too taxing, but I now feel horrible. I feel weak and yucky, that weak feeling in your shoulders. So I think the effects of the Rituximab are still here. I'm also feeling really sweaty. Like the minute I'm doing anything, it's, you know, that shouldn't be making me sweat, it's making me sweat. So I'm actually feeling like I'm probably going to have to lie down again, because even just sitting up in this chair is making me feel really weak and tired. It's really frustrating because I really want to get out there and get stuff done, but you know, it'd be silly to, because I'll just end up feeling even worse and I'll be lying around even longer. So I think I'm going to leave this video here. If anything major crops up, then I will share it, but I think this is, you know, this was just to let you see what to expect before, during and after Rituximab treatment if you haven't had it before, and if you're due to get it, or if someone you know is going to get it. This is kind of what it involves. So I hope this video has been helpful even in the slightest. If it has, please do hit like, and if you want to subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more videos on dermatomyositis, interstitial lung disease, type 2 diabetes, you know, mental health issues, as well as my keto journey and weight loss. So thanks for watching, take care.